Howdy folks, and welcome back to the Adam's Eats Kitchen. Hope you fine folks are well. Now if you can detect a change in the audio, I've had to switch over to my backup mic because the normal one is broken. Luckily I found that out straight away rather than halfway through the video. So if it sounds a bit different, that's why. And also, why is it so flipping cold at the minute? Jesus. Oh yeah, that's right, it's winter. I mean, my flat gets so cold in the winter, it's ridiculous. It's an old listed building, it doesn't retain the heat, it just goes straight out of the walls into the street, and I'm sat there like an Eskimo. It's ridiculous. I don't even know why I bother turning the heating on, right? It's just like giving money away. Here you go, Eon, here you go. So what I like to do to keep myself nice and toasty is to make nice, warm and comforting food, just like the one I'm going to do today. And what is it? It's my chicken in a white wine cream sauce. Very, very easy to do, and what I did is butter a whole chicken, cut it up into portions. You don't have to do that, you can buy individual portions if you want. You can buy drumsticks, you can buy thighs, a mixture of the two, it's up to you. But it is cheaper to butcher your own chickens, and it's really simple to do as well. I have done a video on it, so I'll put a link to that up on the screen somewhere so you can go and have a look. So let's crack on with it. If you look down below in the description, you can get a list of those ingredients, and if you press that pause button now, you can get a list of them there as well. And the first job we need to do is go and brown off the chicken. Right, I've got my chicken and I've got my pan here. I've just added just a touch of olive oil to the pan, and we need to get this onto a medium-high heat. If it'll work. Why? Right, mate. You need to have a little rest. You're a bit tired, are you? Thank you. And then all we need to do is to season the chicken. So I'm going to go with some pepper first and some salt. Turn them over and do the same the other side. Get some more of that seasoning on there. Okay, once the pan is nice and hot, we're going to get the chicken pieces in, skin side down. And all we're looking to do at the minute is just to fry the chicken until that skin is just a light golden brown colour, and that should take a couple of minutes. Okay, so once you brown one side, you want to turn it over and then just do the same the other side. So once you've taken the chicken out, leave the pan on the heat, and all the fat that's left in there, we're going to use that to fry our bacon, which I've got here. Just 4 rashers of smoked bacon, chopped up. We're going to get those in, and I'm just going to fry it off for a couple of minutes till it starts to go nice and crisp, and then we'll add the onions. So after a couple of minutes, the bacon started to go nice and crisp. Okay, you can see it's taken on a bit of colour there, and I've turned the heat down a bit, and now we're going to add the onions. Just get those in, and then we're going to cook this out nice and gently for about 5 minutes till the onions go nice and soft, and then we'll add the garlic. Right, so after about 5 minutes you want to add the garlic. Let's get that in. Also, if you like mushrooms, this would be a good time to add them. I don't like them, but about 8 to 10 chestnut mushrooms chopped up, put those in, and they'll give you a nice mushroom flavour. But as I said, I really hate mushrooms, which is why I'm not putting them in. So I'm going to cook this garlic out for about 30 seconds just to take the rawness out, and then we'll add the wine. Right, okay, so it's been about 30 seconds, let's add the wine. And then just scrape all those bits from the bottom of the pan. And then what we're going to do is add the chicken back in. Any juices that have collected on the plate, get those in as well. Right, so all that's left to do now is I've moved the pan onto a smaller hob at the back here, and I'm going to pop the lid on, and I'm going to slowly braise that for about 40 to 50 minutes till that chicken is cooked through. That wine should have been reduced, and that'll make a really nice sauce when we add the cream. Now whilst that is cooking away, I just want to give you some advice on using wine in your food. Now depending on what chef you listen to, you may have heard conflicting arguments, okay? On the one side you've got the chef that says use the best wine you can afford no matter what, and then on the other side you've got the chef that says it doesn't matter, use cheap any old wine, it's going in your food, it doesn't matter. And I happen to think they're both right. Stay with me, I will explain. And what do I mean by it? Okay. If you like your wine, if you're a regular wine drinker, if you like your Chardonnays, you have your favourite Riojas, you drink it quite regularly, you have it at the dinner table, you polish off a bottle of Malbec on a Friday night, I would say use the best you can afford in your cooking. And the reason for that is your palate is more developed for tasting wine. You drink it regularly, you can pick up those different nuances and different flavours, the berries, the fruits, the spices, you can get those aromas, and you understand how different wines taste. So it's going to benefit you much more by using the best wine in your food. And then there's the other side, if you don't drink wine at all, there's no point using really good wine in your food. And the reason for that is the total opposite of what I've just said. If you're not a wine drinker and I gave you 2 glasses of red wine, one was £20, one was £5, are you going to tell the difference? You'll drink it and go, nah, it just tastes like wine. Because your palate is not used to it, you're not going to be able to pick out those complex flavours. So if you put an expensive wine in your food, you're not going to notice it. I mean, I'm not saying you should go for the really cheap mass stuff that's vinegary and harsh, but just a £4 or £5 bottle of wine, it's going to do the same thing. And that's it really. I just wanted to share my opinion on how to use wine in your food. So the chicken is cooking away now, so check back with me in about 40 minutes and then we'll move on to the next step. Right, okay, so it's been about 40 minutes of gentle cooking. I'm going to take off the lid. And I've turned the heat up just slightly, just so I can reduce that sauce just a little bit, because it's still a little bit too runny for my liking. So I'm going to leave that for about 5 minutes, and whilst that's reducing a bit, we'll get on and chop some dill. Now I've got some fresh dill here. Well, I've got a lot of fresh dill here, and I basically bought this from the market, got it home, and then forgot why I bought it, so I need to use some of it up. So I'm going to take off some of these fronds. Get rid of the really thick woody stalks. You don't really want that in your food. And then all I'm going to do is just chop through it. Chop through it only once because dill is quite a delicate herb and you don't want to bruise it. Just like that, there's about a tablespoon there. Right, so to my chicken then, I'm going to add some double cream. It's about 150 ml there. Then we'll add the dill and then just mix that all together. And then bring that to a simmer, let it reduce for about 5 minutes and then it's done. Right, so I've checked the sauce for seasoning, it's nice and reduced. I'm just going to turn off the heat and then I'm going to pop it on this board and I'm just going to leave it for a few minutes just to cool down slightly. That chicken can rest and then we'll tuck in and give it a taste. Well hello, I haven't seen you at this angle for quite some time. And the chicken's been resting for a bit, so let's give it a taste. My knife and fork here, smells absolutely delicious. Get some of that sauce on there, bit of that bacon, let's go in. This is why the gym is going to be hard for me, right? Because I've got to cut down on this kind of stuff. But it's just so delicious. It's just so nice. It's winey, it's creamy. That chicken is soft and juicy. Serve that up with some nice creamy mashed potato, some veg. It's salty, it's creamy, and that dill just adds a nice aniseed kick. Now you don't have to use dill. I'll just used it because I've got loads of it. Tarragon would be nice in there. Or for a different kind of flavour, some fresh thyme. But honestly, give it a go. It's really simple to make and it tastes wizard. Well, there we are, that's my chicken in a white wine cream sauce. Hope you enjoyed the recipe. I was kind of worried we wouldn't get through it because flipping DIY Dave's at it again. I'm so intolerant, I'm so intolerant. Anyway, if you like the recipe, then please leave a comment. Also give it a like, share it across your social media platforms. And if you'd like to show me some love, then please subscribe. And of course, if you stick around at the end, there'll be some links to some other videos. And if you'd like to subscribe, there'll be a button for that as well. And I see your beautiful faces next time for more tasty fun and frolics. And bye for now.